It was just another evening, one of those nights when everything slows down. The house was quiet except for the soft hum of appliances in the background. I had just gotten home from work, exhausted like always. Nothing unusual. My days had fallen into a steady rhythm, one I had grown used to. In a way, I had come to appreciate the routine, the predictability, the small pockets of peace I carved out for myself. That night, like always, I stepped into the shower. It was my little ritual, a way to wash away the day. The warm water wrapped around me, easing the tension from my muscles. I closed my eyes, allowing myself to relax completely. Then I heard it. The door creaked open. At first, I brushed it off, probably just the house settling, I thought. But then, another sound followed, a soft footstep, then the quiet click of the door shutting. My chest tightened. For a second, I froze, wondering if I was just imagining it. "Sorry," a voice said suddenly, soft but with a strange urgency. I turned my head toward the sound. There he was, just outside the shower curtain. His figure was barely visible through the steam, but his presence filled the room. My pulse quickened, not out of fear, but pure surprise. "I didn't know you were home," I said, my voice calm but quiet. I kept my eyes on the steam, unsure whether to meet his gaze or pretend everything was normal. He hesitated. The silence stretched between us. Then, finally, he spoke. "I didn't mean to intrude. I don't know. I wanted to be near you." His words lingered in the air, pulling at something deep inside me. I stood there, water cascading down my back, feeling a strange mix of emotions, uncertainty, curiosity, and something else I couldn't quite name. "Why are you here?" I asked, my tone gentle, not accusing. "I don't know," he admitted. "I've been thinking about you a lot." There was something raw in his voice, a vulnerability I wasn't used to. And instead of pushing him away, I felt myself softening. The tension faded, replaced by quiet curiosity. After a moment, I took a slow breath. "Come in," I said, my voice steady. "Just don't do anything I'm not okay with." His gaze softened. I saw something in his eyes, respect. "Of course," he murmured. "Only if you're sure." I nodded. As he stepped closer, the space between us changed. It wasn't awkward. It wasn't tense. It felt warm, as if an unspoken connection had formed between us. The days that followed weren't dramatically different, but small things had shifted. There was something new in the way we moved around each other, a quiet understanding. Even our silences felt full, like they carried meaning. One evening, he asked me to dinner. I wasn't sure why I agreed, but I did. As we sat across from each other, I noticed the way his eyes lingered on me, not in a way that felt intrusive, but like he was seeing me in a way no one else had. "How are you?" he asked after a while, his voice warm, genuine. I paused, caught off guard by the question. "I don't know," I admitted. "I'm still trying to figure out what this is, what we are." He nodded, his expression calm. "We don't have to figure it all out right now. But whatever this is, I'm here for it. For you." His words settled over me like a weight lifting. For the first time in a long while, I didn't feel like I had to have all the answers. I just had to be present, with him, with myself. Later that night, lying in bed, I thought about how much had changed since that moment in the shower. How something so small, so unexpected, had started to break down walls I hadn't even realized I'd built. And for the first time, I wondered if maybe I didn't have to go through life alone. The next few weeks were full of quiet moments, walking together, sharing thoughts, learning to trust again. One night, as we strolled through the park, he broke the silence. "You've been thinking about this a lot, haven't you?" he asked, glancing at me. "This?" I echoed, meeting his gaze. He nodded. A small smile tugged at my lips. "I have. It's strange. I don't want to rush into anything, but I also don't want to walk away from it." He stopped walking, turning to face me. His expression was serious but gentle. "I'm not rushing, and I'm not going anywhere. I just want to be here. With you." Something inside me shifted. The weight I had been carrying lifted just a little. I think I'm ready to see where this goes." He reached for my hand, a simple gesture, but one that spoke volumes. And in that moment I knew I wasn't alone anymore. Life has a way of surprising you, of reshaping everything you thought you knew. One small moment, One unexpected connection, and everything changes. And for the first time, I was ready to let it.